Welcome to the VERAfied Podcast. The only rule in this show is to tell the truth. And we got the truth tellers today. Franklin Arriola.
The truth tellers, hey.
The truth tellers.
Baby. Here we go.
And the legend, the man, Brandon the Truth Vera.
Sir JM,
right
thank
there.
you, sir.
I am John Mafnas.
Sit. JGM.
They gave me the steering wheel, so I'm going to drive this bus. I'm looking at all our production guys. Just want to say thanks to the three blind mice.
Three blind mice, super salamat po.
Absolutely. What he said,
Yeah.
right?
Times two.
10.
There you go. That's the one.
Want to give props also to our biggest supporter and our brand partner, the Guam Army National Guard.
There you go.
Guam Army National Guard, thank you very much.
June, Joey.
Yay.
Wonderful,
Everyone,
wonderful people.
all of you.
Guys,
And all those who have served
absolutely.
and are continuing to serve. Absolutely. We appreciate their service.
Gotcha,
Thank you
gotcha.
for your service.
You
Bob
bet.
Solis, Rob Solis,
Yeah.
Sabrina Solis Matanani, and
Guam Windward Memorial. Get your plot today.
Get your
Real.
plot today. I don't even know if that's their slogan.
No, I just made it that way.
We just made it that way.
Because what
I'm waiting for it every time when you say it. It's like,
Yeah,
get your
our
plot
former
today.
football coach, he said, there's nothing more tied to life than death is.
Yeah. Get your plot today.
See, you get the truth, and you get absolutely. It's
A
profound.
slogan,
It's
marketing
here,
slogan
guys.
for free.
There you go.
Boom.
And then, of course, Grapplers Quest.
There's the one.
Grapplers Quest.
You know what? We never give a shout out to Brian Simmons. Let's give some
Yeah.
love to
Brian
founder.
Simmons, founder GQ, owner, creator. Thank you for making this happen. Thank you for letting us represent the brand.
Changing lives, right? Yeah.
Since day one. Since
And
day
for
one.
our event in January of next year, we're going to fly him out, aren't we?
Brian's coming out to Guam.
There you go.
January 27th.
He's gotta be
28th.
here. He's gotta be
coming
for
to
the
hang
first
out,
one.
man. Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
he's gonna be stoked to be here.
Share stories, help the kids and all that good
I
stuff.
think he might try to bring his kids with him. So
Beautiful.
it'll be good
Beautiful.
times. Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then
that's right.
gotta promote, right? This is Brandon Vera's own clothing line. This is managed just absolutely wonderfully by Frank Arriola. The Truth Apparel clothing line. There you go. Look at that.
The truth.
Got
Truthisms.
truthisms. There you go.
Truthisms.
All right. Speaking of the truth, gentlemen, we're going to get right into it.
Let's do it.
This is our segment we call Truth Be Told.
Uh-oh.
I give you a question or I give you a subject and you just go.
Okay.
Right? You just wax poetic, get profound. You feel like throwing out some of the bombs. I'll leave it to you. All right. And again, Truth
going
Be
on?
Told, presented by the Guam Army National Guard.
The toughest part is who do you pick? Who goes first?
Who goes
Something
first?
like
I know.
Okay.
You chief.
tell you what.
Chief.
You want to go with the chief? You see?
Sure, okay, sure. Fire.
Chief.
Fire away. Let's go.
Brandon's a badass and he's kind. All right. Chief, America has the most mass shootings in the world, and many Americans just immediately say gun control. Will this fix the problem? What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, that quick reaction.
Knee-jerk
gun control,
reaction.
Right? Gun control. Oh, we got to do that. We need to think a little bit more deeply about it. And I think if we go, you think about a human being killing another human being, right? Those people are either evil or they got some screws loose. And I tend to think that it's probably one or not both. So we absolutely have a mental health problem in our country, as you guys all know.
We see it even here on Guam.
Oh
every
yeah.
day.
Oh yeah. These guys they really shouldn't be on the streets, right? And I'm not a mental health professional, but I do know those types of services are lacking and need better solution. Number one. Number two, people would say, guns don't kill people, people kill people. Now that's kind of an adage to that thought process. Now that being said, when you defund the police, right, you get what you get, right? And so people feel threatened by any outside force. I mean, even on Guam today, we know all these people who are going out and buying their guns, right? I saw a news story about the Jewish people in America when the pro-Palestinian groups are rallying, death to the Jews, from the ocean to the sea, let's exterminate these guys. That's a big mistake. And now the Jewish people in America, their rate of purchase guns has just gone through the roof because they need to protect themselves. And it's really when you get the
As they should be able to.
yeah, absolutely. It's when you when guns are in the hands of the wrong people, that's the problem, and it's that wrong people type. That's something that we need to take, I think, a closer look. So, to your question, John, will the gun control? So, I don't think so, not at all. It's not gonna. And with, and here's a big one, right? We were talking in the last episode about the southern border. That's just making it worse.
Yeah.
You don't know who's coming into your territory anymore, right? You just don't.
Yeah.
And people told me, hey, Frank, we need people. They want to come to America, and America's the land of the free. And I get all of that, but when I have to fly from Narita, Tokyo into San Francisco or Seattle, and I have to stand in line to show my passport, there's a reason why I do that, right? Because our country says, hey, we have closed borders. We can't just let anybody just come in at
laws,
willy-nilly.
regulation.
In the southern border, you don't know who's coming in there, and it's just going to make things worse.
B, you feel the same way?
Feel the same exact way. If you think about it in its most basic form, gun control means they want more laws. More laws. The person that did the shooting didn't follow any of those damn laws that are on the books.
To begin with. Right.
Already. So what are more laws going to do
Great point.
for anything? So aside from harming law-abiding citizens or making them into criminals by the signature of legislation, more law is not going to help. We need more mental health institutions. We need dual parent homes.
Mm-hmm.
We need to be educating our youth on the safeties of weapons in school like it used to be. I think that our education system needs an entire overhaul, and part of it should be gun safety, gun education.
And physical education. Which
Man.
They've got
physical
rid of that.
education, yeah. So I'm with you, Chief. I'm with the pro Second Amendment movement guys. I'm pro Second A. I've been to countries where nobody's allowed to have weapons, and basically everybody has the same opinion of the consensus group, and I'm not a fan of that either. So, no thanks.
Yeah.
Okay. You're hearing it right here on VERAfied Podcast. Brandon Vera, Franklin Arriola. We're going to move on to this segment, and it's called Finish This Sentence. This is presented by the Guam Army National Guard and 3 Blind Mice. All right, finish the sentence. B, the greatest leader in our lifetime is...
The greatest leader in our lifetime is, proven by track record, I'm not even a Trumpster, but it's Donald Trump. Like, what that man got to do with the American economy, how he turned Americans back into proudful people. Even during the first part of the pandemic, everybody was still hanging on to hope. So I think what he did for America, I don't think a lot of presidents have done for America. Like, comparing all of his statistics, all of the numbers, and how the world respected America. No new wars stopping, nobody talking smack about America anymore. I don't see any president from the past that ever got to do that.
Yeah, I think we talked about this in one of the past episodes. You can hate the man's character, and you can talk about racism, sexism. Here's the thing. I could say this personally. I felt safer when he was around.
Oh, yeah.
I felt,
Without question.
wow, our economy is going to bounce back because this man is there. And I don't feel that same way.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you're looking at inflation rates, the highest they've been in 4 decades. When you're looking at gas prices and you're saying, okay, this is under your watch, and you promised us a whole bunch of other things, and you're not delivering, right? And this is the greatest country in America. I mean, this is the greatest country in the world, America. Why are you not delivering? You were given this chance, and you were given this chance, Biden, over Trump, right? So now deliver. You brought Kamala Harris on. Kamala, you performed as a prosecutor. Where are you?
Come on,
Where's
Campbell.
that oomph? Where's that fight? I mean, even your own staffers don't want to be around you. Okay? Frank, the greatest leader in our lifetime is?
Before I give my answer, I'm going to cite what he mentioned about Donald Trump. Donald Trump was a reaction to the Obama years. And I never really followed Barack Obama's presidency. I was busy starting my own business. And then I was the chief of staff to Governor Eddie Calvo, right? So I was really focused on that effort. And I didn't really pay attention so much to Barack Obama's administration. Fast forward to today, right? I've been following the Joe Biden administration, and that's just Barack Obama on steroids. The people are the same. The Jake Sullivans, the Tony Blinkens, Mayorkas. These guys who were in charge, they were deputies of this and that, and they were just growing up. So what they learned in Obama's time, they're transferring into Joe Biden's time. Donald Trump was a reaction. And I always wondered, how does this guy who runs that reality show become the president of the United States? Well, he was saying things that the American people wanted in reaction to Barack Obama and all his policies, right? Why do I say that? Because my favorite leader of my lifetime, and I'm a little older than you, was when I was a freshman in college. The country of Iran, I tell this to my kids all the time, the country of Iran took over the United States Embassy, right? So if you're at a United States Embassy, that's sovereign territory.
Yes, sir.
That is a part of the United States of America. They took it over. The Ayatollah Khomeini is what his name was, his people, right? They took over I think there was 60-some United States citizens who were held hostage for almost 2 years.
Wow.
Held hostage for almost 2 years. It's in Iran, right? And fast forward to today, who's the biggest instigator against Americans and terrorists? It's Iran. So we're seeing the same thing. So back then, Jimmy Carter, God bless him, the man was well-intended. He was a holy man, a faithful man, but he just didn't get it right. So it was under his watch that they took over. The day before Ronald Reagan was sworn in, the Iranians let the American hostages go. And why do you think they did that? Because Ronnie talked a big story. He carried the big gun. He's the guy. He was like the Donald Trump of back then.
He's a cowboy.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a cowboy.
And he
yeah.
brought guys like Schultz and a bunch of these guys who were just, they weren't, what was it? General Alexander Haig was like his chief of staff or something. This guy's yeah, he's on the, I won't say what he was, but he was a tough guy. They were all tough guys at the time. And so Ronald Reagan took that break in faith and confidence in the country that unfortunately Jimmy Carter led, and he took it over and he took our country to that next level. And that's the reason why I'm a conservative today, is because when I was a freshman, I saw how we got hurt like that. The country, it was a big gut punch. And when Ronald Reagan took over, he said, "Screw this shit. We're going to fix things," right? And I think so. It was very much a parallel to Ronald Reagan and Donald Trump when it came. And I think if history is any lesson to us, it's a message to the Democrats out there. What I just said about Jimmy Carter into Ronald Reagan, Barack Obama into Donald Trump, and now Joe Biden
into
who's next?
Yeah.
I think the American people will speak.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good segue into
Yeah.
next.
Yeah.
The next sentence, right? Finish this sentence.
Okay.
Oh shoot. Oh gosh.
Frank, you ready?
Okay, I got a good one. Go.
If Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez
Okay.
becomes president of the United States,
Oh gosh. I thought you were going to give me the other question. Swinging a miss, right? Okay.
Oh, that's a good one.
If AOC became the president of the United States, wow.
just so you guys
That's,
know,
that's a big hypothetical.
I've known
Yeah.
Frank for like 300 million years, right? And he's never speechless. So,
Yeah, that would be a tough one.
yeah, that's tough.
Wow.
No, I'll tell you.
Wow.
I'm not. She graduated from the Boston University, right? I went to school in upstate New York, and I know BU and the BC and all those. Boston has very good universities. Man, my brother Vince would say this. Hey, sweetie, did your mom pay for that tuition for college? Yes, she did. Well, you go get your money back, because she's not the brightest bulb in the pack. I'm not even gonna lie right now. She's not very bright, and I'm being very kind when I say that. And she represents all that is that progressive side where what they learned in college or in education was just completely out of whack and upside down. And so when they start talking, you just think, what the heck is she talking about? It's just completely off base. So if she ever became the president of the United States, I would hope and pray, this is my thing, I would hope and pray that she picks outstanding cabinet members and staff, or The balance would be a full-on Republican House and Senate.
goodness.
So to balance that, because that's gonna be craziness, man. That's
Okay.
craziness.
I was going to give the AOC question to B, but I tell you what.
Okay.
See, I wanted that question, but you're about to give him now. That's the one I wanted. But go ahead.
You know what? Here's what we're going to do. It's going to be for both of you, right? But I'm going to start with you because
All
I
right.
know you were talking about it earlier.
Oh, okay.
Hunter Biden's laptop contains.
Hunter Biden's laptop contains absolutely everything you need to know about that shady ass family. Everything. All of it. From
That
pictures,
shady ass family.
pictures
Thank
to
you.
contracts to
Email.
contacts, emails. All of it's
Amounts,
there.
all of it.
All of
All
it's
of it's
there. Everything's there.
All of it.
Man, like, honestly, like, thinking about it, I keep saying this word, like, because I can't believe somebody in that position would be that dumb. Like, I can't. I cannot, you know, like, it. So for me,
That seems to be the theme. And finish the sentence, right? They
it
kinda
has to be
dummies.
on purpose. It has to be purposeful. He has to be the inside plan. He has to be he has to be the one who's giving all the info because you can't be that dumb, man. You cannot. I just don't.
Unless they just
know what?
believe that they are so fortified that they will not get caught.
I think it's a combination of both. I think that position of I will not get caught is that privilege. Democrats like to talk about Republicans being privileged. No. The Democrats in Washington, D.C., those guys are privileged people. No question about it, number one. Number two, his father spoiled that kid. But Hunter Biden's, 50-some? Right? Bailed him out of, when he got kicked out of the Navy for cocaine use, bailed him out of just about everything that he needed to, right? And Democrats hide behind it's just a father expressing his genuine love for his son. We all have that, and that's the problem with Hunter Biden. He was a spoiled kid. We know, we grew up with guys who were wealthy and spoiled and got in trouble. That's what Hunter Biden is. That's all he is. And then the dumbass left his freaking laptop with all, and of course everyone
Come
denied
on,
it,
man.
right? But as each day went along, finally he went to one of his court cases, and his attorney said,
It's real.
Yeah, yes, it's ours.
on,
and
man.
then Corinne Jean-Pierre and everybody just started. He doesn't know anything about his business. And it's a disaster. To your point, Brandon, it contains everything that will shed light on that shady dealings of that family.
It's all
crazy.
there.
Yeah, it's all right there.
Succinct. You're getting the truth from the truth tellers, Brandon, Frank, John Mafnas. This is VERAfied Podcast. We're going to take a quick break. We want to make sure that we give absolute acknowledgement to our
Partners.
brand partners,
Yeah.
our friends, our supporters since the beginning, guys, right?
Since day one.
I mean, even
Yeah.
just from concept, right? Guam Army
Yeah.
National Guard, 3 Blind Mice, Guam Windward Memorial, Brian Simmons and Grapplers Quest, and the Truth Apparel.
Apparel.
Yep.
We'll be back
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
in a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Peace. Franklin, B, it's time for Verified Mail. This is where we take a look at some of the comments, questions from our listeners out there, our viewers via mail, email, text.
Okay.
This one right here, B, this comes in from Junebird. And she says,
Junebird.
Brandon, I want to know more about you from your perspective. Will you tell us on the next Verified episode, which is right now,
Okay.
about your upbringing, any juicy stories?
There you go, big dog.
I can see Frank, because he knows some of those stories, he's licking his chops. So, B, tell us a little something.
I grew up in a different time. I grew up on the East Coast in the South. I wasn't black. I wasn't white. I got to experience real racism a lot, to the point where we took off from the KKK. We were the Asian family that worked in the hood. We had a restaurant in the hood. So most of my friends were from the hood. I grew up in the hood. in between working, sweeping floors, and filling soy sauce bottles. That's where I grew up. And we lived in a really nice house in the suburbs. So I am literally a walking oxymoron. I understand both sides of life. I am a huge fan of being the devil's advocate because I think you can understand people better than everything if you can see both sides, all three sides, all five sides. Doesn't make things right, but it makes life easier for me. And this is why the duality of being violent before and being so nice outside of the violent world is easy for me. So when people say I'm a gentle giant, it's because I don't have to hurt nobody. That's me in a nutshell.
B, if we could, there's a story, and I know we're probably going to have to get the abridged version, but Frank, I'm sure you know where I'm headed. There's the story. I mean, there could be a million, and the ones that we want to hear, right? We want to hear the ones with your dad. But I think when we get your father on, right, we'll be able to, hear the stories from his perspective, right? Brandon, right? And,
yeah.
But I want to hear about the story. You used to train and be trained by Master
Lloyd Irvin. Lloyd Irvin, yeah.
And there was a little incident, I should say.
Oh,
that
yeah.
involved some bad guys with some bad intentions. Can we talk about that one?
Man, yeah. I was in camp for Keith Jardine, staying at Master Lloyd's house, and this is when the banks were failing.
2008?
2008. Around that, whenever that stuff was happening. Master Lloyd, we just came back from training. I was upstairs laying down. I heard Master Lloyd jump up and take off. I came downstairs. He was already gone. On his way to the bank, he saw something flash across the screen. Wells Fargo or Bank of America. Somebody was closing. One of the banks was closing that he was doing a lot of business with. So he took off and went to the bank and demanded his money. Banks found out banks don't have cash.
Yeah.
They don't have anything over 10K. You know what I mean? That's not a lie. That's real. Go try to cash out $9,000. See what happens. So I don't know how it worked out, but he got his money. I don't know how it finished out. Master Lloyd's smart though. He didn't come home.
Detoured here.
You go make stops. So he finally got home. That same day, somebody came over to the house. That night, Master Lloyd fell asleep on the couch with his computer in his lap and did not turn on the alarm. He's OCD about turning on the alarm, but he fell asleep. They used a child to get through the bottom basement window, open up the door, came up through the bottom. They woke Master Lloyd up first. They walked him upstairs. They came in to my room. They stayed outside. Master Lloyd came in and got me and told me, hey, these guys are here. They're robbing us.
Home invasion. They're armed?
They're armed.
Home invasion.
Home invasion guys. Master Lloyd said, don't scream. Just relax. We got to listen to him. I woke up and I was immediately pissed. Like, come on, man. This shit's really happening 1 week before my fight. And my brain... I'm so pissed because I'm thinking you couldn't have did this shit when I was out of shape. Yeah. You had to wait till I'm in shape. Now I went through hell. Yeah. Now I might get shot now. So in my brain, I'm just angry and frustrated. So I start walking towards the guys. Like I start walking towards them. And Master Lloyd, he's right behind me. And then as I'm walking towards the guys, they start sidestepping.
Yeah.
In sync. I was like, man, these fucking guys are good. This is not their first rodeo, man. So I stopped, turned around. They put us into the main bedroom where Miss Vicky and little Lloyd was. They asked me to get on my knees. They asked me to get flat on the ground. I walked around. I got to my knees, and I remember thinking, like, man, something has to happen, man. Something has to give. And then I remember Miss Vicky laying down. And as I started laying down, I hear a noise. I hear Master Lloyd doing something in the background. He was pulling his son, holding his son, and he was holding an air mattress, and he was pulling it around. He was like, man, let me put my son down. Let me put my son down. I'm going to throw up, man. Oh, I'm going to throw up. I'm going to throw up. Man, Master Lloyd got the mattress a certain way, got his son a certain way, and then he said, I don't understand what you want me to do. Please tell me. Tell me what you want me to do. And then the guy was like, put him over there. Put him over there. And Master Lloyd said, every time the guy pointed the gun and said, put him, his son, over there, he was counting 1, 2. And on the third one, swap, he grabbed it, pushed it into the guy's chest. I heard click. Master Lloyd ejected the magazine. The guy pushed Master Lloyd over the bed. He rolled out. We lined up into the door. That guy took off. Another guy jumped out the window. He went downstairs, went out the back. Master Lloyd went to the window and shot out the back where they were running. Fast forward. Those guys end up getting caught later on, going to federal prison for arms trafficking. Come to find out, those guys have been doing that a lot. And I'm talking about they even tied up family members, had their way with the women, and then murdered the dad and murdered everybody else. So those guys were on it for real. So if Master Lloyd wasn't a legit badass and did all the disarming classes and got his reps in, we might not be here right now.
And so you basically escaped serial killers.
Yeah. With Master Lloyd. You know what I mean? Like, that dude literally saved my life. And I tell him all the time, thank you, because I wouldn't be here. I mean, are you kidding me? Like, and the hardest thing I ever did after that was, so I think that happened like on a Thursday. Man, we had to go to fights on Friday to go support. He was coaching, man. So we're in there freaking out. Then 1 week later, I'm fighting Keith Jardine in the center of the ring, like looking around like, these motherfuckers probably watching me, man. So
So viewers out there, right? If you're tuning in to the VERAfied Podcast for the first time, you get the truth. If you want to sit here and get a glimpse into who Brandon Vera is, right? I mean, he's got to fight off serial killers and then fight off Keith Jardine.
A week later. Woo! There you go.
Oh, B, that's awesome. I mean, not awesome, but you survived and you're here. And we're all fortunate for it. And thank you, Master Lloyd.
Thank you, Master Lloyd Irvin. Every day of my life. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much.
Okay, we are going into our next segment called Truth or BS. As you know, Chief, I'm going to give you a statement, and you're going to say, that is so true, or that's BS. All right.
Okay.
First statement.
All right.
Okay.
If Guam didn't have U.S. military bases, the island would be safe from America's enemies, such as North Korea.
No. Well, were you okay there, Chief?
I'm just thinking about those decolonization people when you're asking this question.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Chief. Sorry, I didn't mean.
No, it's all good. No, I think about that too because I'm from Guam, right? And so I empathize with everyone's plight. Someone independence, statehood, decolor, all of it, right? And I empathize with it, right? I don't sympathize, I empathize with it. That being said, man, if we didn't have a U.S. military presence, bro, we'd be eating,
I'm just
Kung Pao chicken,
I think they would hack it up like in 4
Yang Chow fried rice, all of it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, no, it wouldn't even be cool.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
No. I mean,
the North would speak Russian. The South would speak Chinese.
There you go.
The West might speak Korean,
Yeah. A few years ago, I went to this, what's it called? It was called like the Micronesian Chief Executives Council in Pohnpei.
Okay.
Right, this is where all the islands, the presidents and the governors go down there. I went down with Governor Eddie Calvo. We went down there. And we went to a hotel and, the restaurants, all that kind of stuff. And then we were invited to like this big event. And I forget what the name, I'll butcher the name, but it was some name in Chinese. It's like the UOG Calvo Fieldhouse. Sure. But the name in the front was like some Chinese name. I'm like, what? And I'm like,
in Pohnpei?
Yeah. Oh. I'm like, dude, okay. That was paid for by those guys? Yeah. And so that's their soft diplomacy side where they try to buy that kind of influence, down there. They, make those kind of donations. I don't think they'd be that nice with us. I think they would give us an opportunity.
Yeah.
But then they say, okay, we're just taking over, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And North Korea, okay, they're okay. No, it's the mainland China. Those guys you worry about.
They're waiting.
Yeah.
They're already booked in boats in Philippines.
Yeah.
It's just a couple hours away.
And that's where that stuff is it's gonna start right there.
But I'm not worried about the Philippines. I'm not worried about them at all. I'm not worried about us at all. I hope that
Bring
I'm
it
there
on.
when it starts. You know, like, oh, okay, I'm your Huckleberry. Let's go.
B, truth
sir.
or BS? The media in the USA has been hurtful to the country.
Oh gosh.
Very truthful. The media in the U.S., I think, has been an integral part in the country's downfall. It's a perpetual machine for any narrative they want to push in unison across the entire nation. That thing is powerful. What they didn't realize is how much more powerful social media was going to become. That's why you see all the mess that's happening with the censorship and disinformation, misinformation fights that are happening. I believe that they are one of the biggest problems that the U.S. faces, and I'm glad that they gave us the internet. They messed up when they gave us the internet. So, very true. Very, very true.
Yeah,
Chief?
yeah, I couldn't agree with him more. That was when you have leaders and politicians in government, right? And in America, it's a two-party rule, two-party system, and they will do what they do, right? And we can have conversations about Democrats do it better than Republicans, and the weaponization of the law enforcement, and all this kind of stuff, really. And that's why, Brendan, you're absolutely correct in that the downfall of America is because the media was brought into play to keep a check and balance for how the government's operating. And they were supposed to report to us about, hey, these guys are not doing the right thing.
Used to be that way.
Yeah, it used to be. But now it's like they've taken sides, right? And so now it's funny, we say it so simply like, yeah, ABC News, that's the liberal media, and Fox News is the conservative media. Well, shit, it shouldn't be either one of them. It should be just the media.
Yeah.
Right.
Give us the truth, and we can make our decisions on our own, right? Give us the facts, and we can do that. But people have taken sides, and then of course you got the social media guys between Google and Meta and all these guys. And thank God, really, for a guy like Elon Musk who grabbed Twitter for $44 billion. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a lot of money, right? But at least he
Yeah.
took that, kind of, okay, you're way over here. Let's kind of get you more to the middle,
Yeah.
right? People, they laugh at me, they tease me about watching Fox News, but, yes, there are some talking heads on Fox News who are super conservative, but generally speaking, they will try to push the truth right down the middle, right? Gosh, I watch these other guys, and they're all just talking, they're all spinning politics on you, and I feel kind of bad for my fellow Americans who rely on that,
Yeah.
because they're just uneducated at this point. They don't know what's going on.
It's hard to know. It's hard to know now just by listening to the news.
Yeah, oh yeah. And then you throw in that extra sphere of government influence, right? The alphabet, the three-letter
Yeah.
alphabet group there. When they used to say what the CIA got involved in the Bay of Pigs and the assassination of John F. Kennedy, I'm like, no way, they wouldn't do that. Oh my God.
Oh,
I'm like,
they really did.
oh shit. Oh, yeah. So it's like, oh boy.
Yes, sir.
So I'm
Gotta be
thinking
careful out there.
that the chief and B agree, right? Truth,
Yeah.
the media in the U.S.
The media, yeah, they,
has been hurtful to the country.
Yeah.
like I said, they've been the biggest disappointment to me. Again, Barack and Joe and Donnie and they can do what they need to do, right? And we're going to vote, and we'll guide our country accordingly. But when the media is not giving you the straight scoop, that's the problem. And I think that's the problem with our country.
Because that's
in a
called?
big way.
Propaganda.
Yeah. You know, when I was growing up as a kid,
propaganda.
right? Communists,
Yep.
propaganda, they were synonymous. And here we are, right? Here's America, propaganda.
Gotcha.
Crazy.
All right, let's get into the verified top 5. This is where we get B, and we get the Chief's favorite films, food, bands, songs.
We should go back to that film scene. I did some research. I like talking about films, man. That was,
Well, this one's going to be.
Let's go.
This one's going to be a little bit right there on the edge, right?
Okay.
5 favorite guilty pleasures.
Cool.
Oh man.
All right. I like how Frank goes.
Big dog. Yeah. Yeah.
Let's throw Brandon to the wolves first.
No, he's straightforward. He just
Guilty pleasures.
Come on, B. You can tell
Sweets.
us.
All my sweets.
Oh gosh.
All the sweets. Like what? Like what is that when B is not eating clean and he just says, I'm gonna throw caution to the wind. I'm gonna jump into what? Like
Leche flan.
Oh yeah.
Halo halo.
Oh, mix.
Fudge.
Fudge.
Really, really amazing cookies.
fudge with the nuts or just a thick
So I grew up in Virginia and we had a fudgery. They would fold the fudge in front of you on a marble
Oh yeah,
table.
one of those. Yeah.
So any fudge that came off that table was good. Nuts or not.
Even if it was on the floor, right? Came from the table. We're good.
yeah.
We're good.
So sweets.
Come on, you can tell us. You and Ninja watch Hallmark marathons. I mean, No?
Man, I love watching anything with Ninja. Like, it could be a series. We'll watch like all the Lord of the Rings in one shot. We'll, as long as the tray is sleeping. And then, man, one of my super guilty pleasures, me and Ninja playing Mobile Legends together at all hours of the night, from early in the morning when we first wake up to staying awake and just saying, okay, just one more. That one doesn't count because they conceded. So those are my kind of guilty pleasures like that.
What's funny is we have the 3 blind mice, right? They're esports guys.
Yeah.
And they were like high-fiving. And right? I'm so old. I'm like, mobile. Okay.
Hey,
Good on you.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a video game, so which I have no idea what that's about. So, right on.
2 more, I think. Guilty pleasures. Family time, because for me, that's something I've learned to value more, especially traveling the world all the time and never ever being able to have time for holidays or birthdays. So family time is a super guilty pleasure of mine now. And then, because I won't answer the phone. Like when I say guilty pleasure, like if you're calling me and I'm with the family,
Yeah, hear you.
you probably won't hear from me
Hear
for
you.
3 weeks. Like I'll talk to you when I get back, So
We've seen some of that too.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir, yes.
When you're with the family, right, in Virginia,
sir.
he's visiting with
I'm
dad.
out.
Yeah.
Leave him alone.
And I got to say, guys, I mean, I've watched interviews with, and I'm not judging, but with MMA superstars, right? And they've been honest on some of those interviews. Some of the guys say, I like to travel, I like the women, I like the parties, I like the select. I remember one of the last lunches we had when you were last here, right? We went out and I think we had some fish, and where's that place at
Stonefish Grill.
Stonefish Grill.
Stonefish Grill. Shout out.
And just watching you and your interaction with Atreyu and Ninja, and it's genuine, right? And when people say, my wife asked me, is he a down to earth guy? I said, yeah. I mean, he came here, he made Guam home. He lives in Jigo, right? On top of everything else, right? He's making films. He wants to farm. I mean, he wants to teach these kids grappling. I said, no, he's real. He's all about his family. And I just, for me, that's so important. That's a beautiful thing.
Thank you, Sir JM. Thank you, Bo.
Chief, 5 favorite guilty pleasures. If I hear Bambi, I'm gonna drop dead. I mean,
I'm a regular guy, right? So kind of some of the things that we have similarities. Now I can see the similarities. Sweets without question.
Okay. And Chief, you can't be general like that. I mean, come on.
Wow.
I know my wife made some.
There's a lot, man. There's
cinnamon
a lot.
rolls and
All of them.
You had 1 or 3, right?
Cinnamon rolls, the crisp, the cream puffs.
The cream puffs.
Absolutely.
The
Right.
cream
Yes.
puffs.
My
Regular
deceased
cream puffs?
auntie's German chocolate cake. My brother Jay now does that one.
Coconut, the long coconut.
Oh yeah,
shit.
yeah. My
God.
sister Nita's pecan.
Yeah.
All of that,
I
right?
just got
And then, of course-
diabetes just from listening.
Yeah, and then
to that,
of course, when I was a kid growing up in college, it was as the Chamorros would say, apple pie alimony.
Oh,
Apple pie alimony, right? That's always good. My mom made a great, what are those? Fresh. We had our beach in Malasa, right? We'd harvest our bananas, bring them up north. My mom would make fresh banana cream pie.
Oh,
that was champion.
Wow, okay.
That was
where
really
I
good.
just need to ask: do you see the bananas?
Yeah,
right,
oh, yeah,
right?
of course. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because some people they mix it all up and it
Oh,
tastes
no.
good, but
Top and bottom.
when you can
Yeah,
see
yeah.
the
The
bananas,
bananas.
We have the Manila, Macau type,
Yes, sir.
Cavendish.
Yes, sir.
Anyway,
All the good
and
bananas.
of course, me and my kids have we call it, especially my youngest Garrison, traditions, chocolate milkshake.
Hey.
And that was my dad's favorite too. Right. Anyway,
Do you have a spot on Guam for chocolate milkshakes?
actually, shout out to Fizz & Co.
Fizz
Right,
Co.
Robbie
Okay.
Crisostomo and
that's
his
Robbie,
wife.
Robbie
Okay.
Rob. That's right.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Yes,
right
sir.
down here. That's like the me and Garrison go there like all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway.
We need to have a segment on
Food.
on Guam, like
Oh,
the
I
hot
wanna do
spots,
food.
all the
Oh,
hot
God.
spots.
Because
yeah.
that's my next guilty pleasure, as you can so clearly see, right?
well,
Food, I can eat.
Chief, I've
Get out
known
of
you,
here.
right? And you're the barbecue master, right? That's got to be.
I can grill. I can hold my own.
Okay, so part of that guilty pleasure got to be what? I mean, ribs just dripping with sauce. Are you a out of the jar kind of sauce guy? You make your own barbecue. You see that face? Is that what? Did you just say
Jar
what?
sauce.
No.
Jar sauce.
Yeah, no. I do the Chamorro style grilling, right, where you marinate it in lemon, maybe some soy sauce, and a bunch of spices. You let it sit overnight, and you just grill it, right? So I love that. So if I were to kill maybe 3 stones with one bird,
Yeah.
I would say this: I love to barbecue with my family and friends, sitting on my beach area under the mango tree with a cooler of cold beer in between all of us. And I'll tell you, with there's island music going on in the background.
Hey,
I'm telling you, man, that is the freaking best. For me, that's the best thing.
Okay.
Because, your kids are running around there, they're doing their thing, wife, family, siblings, and then my friends, the 79 boys, right? They're sitting around and we're just talking shit. It's crazy. I
That's
enjoy
so
it.
Frank
cool.
Bojo is our director, and we're so fortunate to have the 3 blind mice, right? And Bojo is like the consummate professional. But the moment you said, right, barbecue, right,
Yeah,
family,
yeah,
cold beer,
yeah. We
right?
talked about that though. So I said what we can do is we'll do like a VERAfied podcast down at the beach.
Let's do it.
while we're grilling, and then the band. Me and Johnny are gonna be in the band.
Let's
you know
do
that?
it. No,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Yeah.
And that was the last thing, actually, playing the drums.
Absolutely.
Right.
That's a beautiful
That's
thing.
kinda fun thing.
Can I just say, because I know we're going to get like the 3 blind mice in the back are just amazing production guys. When I say Hamachi Kama.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
Right there.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And the 3 blind mice are
Wow.
of Filipino ancestry, right? So
absolutely.
I'm gonna want some serious Pinoy food there. I'm not even
Sarap nun.
joking.
There you go.
Some kari kari. Oh man.
Can I just tell you, we were going to go into
Wow.
some truisms.
Yeah,
right?
sorry. I think we
And it was gonna
blew
be,
right back
It was
to
going to
that.
be serious, but you got to
Nah,
end
you can't
on
be
that
serious,
note, right?
bro. No.
Yeah.
Sweets and kare kare and chocolate
Some
shakes.
brewskis, cold on the beach.
Absolutely.
Some
absolutely.
music.
Barbecuing, we're good.
Island music.
We're
Come
good.
on now.
Okay, podcasters, right? You've just tuned in. You've tuned in to VERAfied.
Thank you for
And
being
you know
here.
what? You've just been verified. For Frank Arriola, Brandon Vera, I'm John
John
Mafnas.
Mafnas.
Peace.
Peace.